What are your eyes? Do you truly believe what you see? Listen closely. You walk, you touch, you feel. Every fiber of your being screams, this is real. But what if everything you perceive, every color, every sound, every texture, is nothing more than an electric ghost inside your head? What if reality, this solid, unquestionable thing, is just a collective dream, a mirage built by billions of brains, each trapped in its own command cabin? No, I'm not here to talk about conspiracy theories or cheap fiction. I am here to unveil the deepest illusion your mind has ever created, that there is an objective, unique, and unshakable reality. Because when you understand that the world around you is not what you think it is, your perception of everything will implode. And then, and only then, will you begin to see the true strings that move your experience. Prepare yourself. Your reality is about to be redefined. Segment 1. The brain's secret. The command center you think your eyes see, your ears hear, and your skin feels. Colossal error. Your eyes see absolutely nothing of the world out there. Your eyes are merely light collectors, biological antennas that capture electromagnetic waves. Your ears are just air vibrators. Your skin, a receptor for pressure and temperature. Where is the magic, then? The magic lies in the dark and silent vault inside your head. The brain. It receives raw electrical signals and, from them, creates a perfect simulacrum of the world for you. This is why, when you dream, you see, hear, and feel with the same intensity as when you're awake. Your brain is simply replaying the show without needing external sensory input. Reality is not perceived, it is constructed. It is a private translation, custom-made just for you. And this translation is incredibly flawed. Layer to the color that doesn't exist. What color is this text? For most, black. But does black have any intrinsic existence in the universe? No. Black is the absence of reflected light. Red is not red. It's just a frequency of wave that your brain labeled as red. Ask a bee. Her world is a spectacle of ultraviolet, full of colors we can't even imagine. She sees flowers with patterns that are invisible to us. Background music builds tension and then subtly fades. The point is, your brain isn't capturing real color. It's interpreting light frequencies and assigning them a label. Color doesn't exist in the world. It exists only in your mind. Similarly, sound doesn't exist as such. It's air vibration that your brain transforms into melody or noise. Objective reality. It's a blank canvas that your brain paints with brushes of its own creation. Perspective 3. The invisible filter. Your personal paradigm. Imagine the colossal amount of information your senses capture every second. Millions of bits of data. Your brain, if it tried to process all of it, would simply fry. That's why it has a brutally efficient defense mechanism. An invisible filter. This filter is your personal paradigm. The sum of all your beliefs, past experiences, fears, desires, culture, language, and even your biological structure. It decides what is relevant and what isn't. And what isn't relevant is simply discarded. Have you ever been in a noisy environment and didn't hear your name until someone called it out? That's your filter in action. It ignored the sonic turmoil until something important came through. So, it's not that you didn't hear. It's that your brain actively suppressed the information. You live in a perception bubble, and that bubble is designed by your own filters. Discovery for the placebo and nocebo effect. the mind that creates healing and illness. This is where things get truly disturbing. You've heard of the placebo effect, right? People who take a sugar pill, believing it's medicine, and get better. What does this tell us? It tells us that your belief has the power to alter your biochemistry to heal real illnesses. But there's the flip side of the coin. The nocebo effect. People who, informed about the side effects of an inert substance, genuinely experience them. Headaches, nausea, weakness. Your mind isn't just interpreting reality. It's actively creating it and, more alarmingly, it's manifesting your fears and hopes in your body. If you believe something can help you, your body reacts as if it were true. If you believe something will harm you, your body can manifest that pain. The line between what is real in your body and what is real in your mind is thinner than you ever imagined. Unveiling 5. Forget linear space and time. The inconvenient physics now. Let's disturb the physicists, those who've taught us about a universe of cause and effect, of linear space and time. But quantum physics, the science that studies reality at its smallest scale, has a disturbing message. Particles exist in multiple states simultaneously and only collapse into a single state when they are observed. In other words, the act of perceiving affects the very reality being perceived. Sound effect of something slightly fragmenting or distorting. This means that before you look at a particle, it doesn't have a defined position or state. It's a wave of possibilities, and your consciousness, in some inexplicable way, seems to be a factor. I'm not saying you create the universe with your mind, but that your interaction with the universe is a constituent element of what it becomes. The space and time you experience are, in fact, phenomena generated by your perception, tools your brain uses to organize information. Insight 6. Reality bubbles. Everyone lives in their own version. Your neighbors, your friends, your coworkers, they are all living in a slightly different version of the same reality. An optimist sees opportunities where a pessimist sees obstacles. An artist sees beauty in details an engineer might ignore. This isn't just a difference of opinion. It's a fundamental difference in how their brain filters process the same raw data. That heated argument you had, it probably wasn't about the facts, but about the discrepancy between two subjective realities that collided. Each of you was firmly convinced that your truth was the only truth. But the truth is, there isn't one single external truth to be perceived. There are billions of internal truths, each woven individually within each brain. Revelation 7. The name of the game. Perception is everything you might be asking. So, if reality is so subjective, why aren't we all hallucinating all the time? Because, to function in society and survive, our brains have created a highly functional and mostly stable reality simulator. There's enough consensus among our bubbles for us to interact, build houses, and even fly to the moon. But this stability is a programmed stability, not an inherent truth. The name of the game is perception, and whoever controls your perception controls your reality. Governments, media, religions, marketers, they all know this. They don't change facts. They seek to shape your perception of the facts, and when they succeed, they change your world. Power 8. The hidden force of your focus. If reality is constructed by your mind from filtered raw data, then your focus is the most powerful tool you possess. What you focus on expands in your reality. If you focus on lack, you'll see lack everywhere. If you focus on opportunities, they will begin to appear. This isn't mystical law of attraction. It's applied neuroscience. Your brain is like a spotlight. Wherever it points, it illuminates and brings into your awareness. What it ignores remains in the shadows. You don't control what appears on your mind's stage, but you have absolute control over where the spotlight is aimed, and by directing that spotlight, you are redefining the data your brain will use to paint your own version of reality. Your life is being co-edited by where your attention dwells. Freedom 9 WHY. This is liberating and terrifying. Understanding that reality is a personal construct can be terrifying for some. It means the ground beneath your feet isn't as solid as you thought. But it's also incredibly liberating. If your reality is a construct, then it can be reconstructed. You are not a passive victim of a relentless real world. You are an active architect of your own experience. You cannot change external events, but you can change how you perceive them. And by doing so, you change your impact on them and their impact on you. It's the power to redefine the meaning of things. A failure can become a lesson, a loss, an opportunity for rebirth. The tool isn't magic. It's simply understanding how your own mind already works. Shift 1.0. Stop fighting. Start observing. Most of your anguish comes from your resistance to reality as it appears to be. But if you understand that this apparent reality is just an interpretation created by filters that often aren't even yours. Many are programmed by society, by family. The struggle loses its meaning. Instead of fighting, start to observe. Observe your own filters. What are the lenses through which you see the world? Where did you learn to use these lenses? Are these beliefs empowering you or limiting you? The act of observing, of distancing yourself from your own perception and analyzing it, is the first step to reclaiming control over the programming of your experience. Reprogramming 1.1. Your personal matrix. If your filters create your reality, then you can reprogram those filters. How? It's not easy, but it's possible. Start by questioning. Question your deepest assumptions, those truths you've never bothered to examine. Why do you believe that? What evidence do you have? What contradictory evidence exists? Expand your mind. Expose yourself to new ideas, cultures, perspectives. This broadens the boundaries of your filters, allowing more information and interpretations to enter and, crucially, change your internal language. The words you use to describe the world to yourself are the tools your brain uses to build your reality. Change the words, change the construction. Artifice 12. You are the encoder and decoder. You are the encoder who interprets it and the decoder who experiences it. The cinema screen is there, yes, but the film you watch is projected by your own mind. Every person next to you is watching their own film, with slightly different scripts, colors, and sounds. Your freedom is not in changing the screen, but in learning to change the projector. It lies in recognizing that most of your experience is not imposed, but rather co-created by you. And that is where true power, true autonomy, and the true ability to shape, not the external world, but your internal world, and consequently, how you interact with and impact the external world reside. Reality doesn't exist outside of you. Awaken to the new reality. You've made it this far. Your mind has been challenged, perhaps even slightly redefined. The illusion of an objective reality has been unmasked, and the power of your own perception has been revealed. If you're ready to unlock more secrets of your mind, to explore the limits of your perception, and to learn how to reprogram your own reality, then subscribe to the channel. What is the most unquestionable thing you realized was a construct of your mind after watching this video? Because from this point forward, nothing will ever be the same. Awaken.